Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here again. We're in Variant 6 Contamination in the last chapter, 3.2. And we're going on this right side. It's got a mix of heavy assault and then some Caltrops. And I brought Doom with a Nihilist to deal with a lot of the heavy assault stuff here, just because he hits so dang hard on those backhand slaps. And this fight's pretty fun. Basically, you just need to make sure that if you try to stun him or you do put a shock on him, before you just kind of go into maybe like an immediate passive stun heavy, that you make sure that's shock actually stuck. And I did get tagged there, I think. Maybe I didn't. Look like I thought maybe I got resisted on that L2. But like, let me check out some of this damage that we're going to be doing to him. If we can get a backhand slap off. Let's see. Now that shot got consumed. Right here. Boom. 13,000. It didn't crit. Okay. What about this one? 35,000. I think we're going to get off an L3. So I did get a heavy off, and that took off a ton. I didn't see how much it was, but I think this is going to kill him. If it doesn't, we should be able to give him one backhand slap and finish him off. No, that kills him. So yeah, like the backhands with Doom rank 5, they're doing about 30 to 40,000 damage per heavy when they crit, which is insane. Plus I do have the Mr. Fantastic synergy, so that armor break is helping that damage. So we're going to go up to Karnak and to Scarlet Witch and kind of do the same thing. So I've uploaded a few paths already that have these fights in it. Again, just the backhand slaps, you're getting 30 to 40,000 per heavy, which is just nuts. So I'm gonna kind of just let these fights kind of play out. They're super fast. Get a heavy in. I think the only thing that you really have to worry about on the Scarlet Witch is that if you crit a lot, you might get some poisons on you, and then that could hurt really bad. We're gonna finish up with a 37,000 backhand slap. Amazing. And now we're gonna get into the Caltrops lanes. And some of these fights have already been done from the other path because they're kind of shared. For this Mr. Fantastic, I'm gonna go in with Sentinel. I think on my initial path, I brought Sentinel. He did really well. And I brought my rank 4 Sentinel. This is my rank 1 6-star Sentinel that I recently got. He basically does the same job. It just takes a little bit longer to get his analysis up. So I'm just trying to hit him to the block to trigger the extra analysis charges. And then once he gets 100, basically you can heavy and trigger the unstoppable. and the Unstoppable will trigger a regen. And that Unstoppable, I didn't realize this until I read into Sentinel's abilities, but the Unstoppable only comes up when the opponent is not already inflicted with a shock. So if you do like 2 heavies in a row, only the first one will be an Unstoppable. So you'll notice that like for some of these fights, I'm going to kind of stall and wait out that shock to get all the way consumed, fall off, and then hit him with another heavy. Trigger the regen and the heal block from the Spectre. It's a 200% reversal on any healing, and so it's really nice to try to time that to come up while the Arc Overload regen is proccing, so that you can get some extra damage off. So here I waited, and then fortunately he throws the L1, and then we're gonna fire the heavy, block the end part of that regen, and then kind of just keep going. So Sentinel's really reliable, super tanky, can get off a lot of damage. This does have the node where you have to alternate your specials, so just keep that in mind. You really don't want to get 2 specials off in a row, 2 special 1s, 2 special 2s, or 2 special 3s, because then they're going to get locked in by Mr. Fantastic, turn those debuffs into passives, and then they will do very little damage, and they'll give him a higher chance to evade. And so I'm trying to only hit him mainly when he's under the stun, and that's just going to make me not have to really deal too much with him evading on me and then getting smacked. So there, I timed that one pretty good with a heavy, and get the heal reversal, the shock. I get my regeneration, and we just kind of just repeat. It's not definitely the quickest option, but it's very reliable. And I'm just going to let this one play out to the next fight. Alright, we're just finishing up on this Mr. Fantastic. Long fight, but pretty easy. Just don't get hit. Time those heavies appropriately. Watch out for the evades, and Mr. Fantastic will go down. If you have a rank 5 Sentinel, be even faster, obviously. And I mean, even a rank 3, like 345 Sentinel would be able to take down some of these fights. We're basically going to apply the same process, same tactic to this Omega Red. Do parry heavy, build up your charges to get full analysis, and then trigger those Unstoppables to get a regen. Put a heal block, Spectre reversal on him with those heavy charges, the shocks. Your robot Omega doesn't build up the spores nearly as quickly, so you really don't have to ever worry about having a ton of spores on you. Make sure you bait the L1s, don't push them to an L2, and this fight will go down pretty fast and easily. Alright, we're just finishing up on this guy. As you can see, it's been a pretty safe, easy, kind of just slow-moving fight, but very, very reliable, very predictable. And Omega goes down, Sentinel's at full health. Now this next fight, I messed up thinking, oh, I can. Well, one, I went in with Ghost originally. Yes, I went in with Ghost, and I just messed up, and I failed. Didn't get him all the way down, and I had my son next to me, and he's like, "Oh, you should kill him off with Doom." I'm like, "Okay, I can do Doom," but I forgot again Caltrops, and with Doom, even though he does have the unblockable special 1, which can help him regen. I mean, any of those bleeds, they are just deadly. So you really have to get those bleeds off very, very quickly, otherwise you'll just get drained, and it's not worth it. So I end up just losing Doom, and I think it's somewhere close here. I end up losing, yeah, right here. I was not able to get my phase in to where I could knock off the bleed and the shock, and then he passive stunned me and smacked me and killed me. And so, yeah, and I'm thinking, oh, I could do this, but then I'm like, no, I cannot dash back. His stuff's gonna be unblockable. Like, look at that bleed. That bleed is nuts. 824, and I'm only ticking for like 100 or something. And here I spam him with a special 1, and I'm thinking maybe if I just do light attacks I won't push him over, but he just goes like passive. I have to back out of that heavy, and look at that, yeah, 824, and the regen was 87 on willpower. So it's just like backing up is just not an option. And there I got heavied again, and then it was just lights out. I'm like, oh, just terrible. And so when that happened, I'm like, well, Mr. Fantastic obviously is not going to do it. Annihilus is not going to work. Sentinel, I want to make sure that I have him for the rest of the lane, so I just do a quick 20% revive, and I believe I finish him off without any problems on the second go. Just one phase hit, and take him out. Big crits, got those passive furies going. He's being fairly aggressive enough to where you can just get in, yeah, and we knock him out. So I wish I just didn't mess up the first time. I don't use Ghost enough. Maybe someday I'll play her more, but she's not my style. I know she's great. Ghost is great, but just not a lot of experience, and I failed. And so now we're going to go in with all these other fights with Sentinel. Again, it's got the Caltrops, parry heavy, get the shocks, build up my analysis, and then when I get those unstoppables, try to time them to line up with the Arc Overload regen so you can reverse them, and I can heal, and it's all good. Alright, so we're finishing this dude off. We did get hit towards somewhat the beginning, but that regen on the Unstoppable Heavy was able to basically get us almost all the way back up to full. Now we're going to go in with the She-Hulk. Same thing. This is not the fastest, not the most exciting gameplay, but with the Monster and the Beast node, Sentinel is just a really, really reliable, tanky option to use. You don't need them to be rank 5, rank 2, rank 3 would make this just even faster work, but a lower rank Sentinel can work, and that's what I'm showing. Maybe one of these days I'll rank this guy up to rank 2. Hopefully I can awaken him soon, because I like the fact that you can build analysis up much faster by just baiting like the same specials over and over and over again and getting those 20. So anyways, I'll let this one play out, and we'll get up into Hawkeye, which is next, and basically the same thing. Bait those, not bait, but just do the heavies with the shock, get the unstoppable, which I haven't got yet because I got to get full analysis, and then you get your regens, you can heal up, you can block the arc overload, and so right now it's just kind of a slow build up. I wish I had brought my awakened Sentinel on my other run, brought the unawakened on this run, but still works, just slower. Alright, so She-Hulk, nothing too crazy here. We're just finishing up. And yeah, she goes down. You know, I did get hit again, like once, one combo, but I was able to heal all the way back up to 100%. So super nice. Waited for some energy to queue up. We're hitting up the last fight before the boss, which is Hawkeye. Again, same kind of thing. Build up the analysis, get the unstoppables on the heavies, shock them, Spectre him with the 200% reversal on the regen on the overloads, get the heal on the unstoppable for yourself. Sentinel's just super tanky. It's super hard. I mean, you'd have to play pretty bad, miss a lot of blocks, miss a lot of parries to lose this fight. So I'll let this one play out and we'll get to the boss, which we actually use Sentinel again to take him out. Alright, so we're just finishing this guy up, just hit him with a heavy, and he got spectered to death, 200% regen. We'll take it on that overload. And yeah, so pretty clean there. Sentinels have full. And so I've soloed this guy with both a rank 4 Awakened Sentinel. I've soloed him with an Annihilus already. And so I just figured, I'll just go in and see how much different it is with the unawakened Sentinel. And there's not that much of a difference. Just got to get that those charges built up, get full analysis, and then it's just go to town. You know, you can do some L1s and lock his power in, but keep in mind that this is a strike back Joe Fixit, so if you do throw an L1, he is going to gain that bar of power before you armor break him. But then after that, the armor breaks, they're not that long, so it's not like you're keeping it locked down and heavying him or whatever. And I don't think, at least I didn't look like it, but I don't think you can heavy spam in the corner. I think Sentinel gets pushed back too far on his heavies, but correct me if I'm wrong. I'd like to know if that's possible. But yeah, once we get the analysis built up, we'll just be hitting this guy hard with some L2s, letting the degens, not the degens, the incinerates burn him down. And yeah, Sentinel can do this fight pretty easy. It's not the quickest option for sure, but definitely doable. And I'll let this play out and I'll see you at the end. Alright, so, you know, if you watched that, I almost died, but I was able to heal almost all back up to about half health, and we took him down. Sentinel's a tank, super awesome with the node. And yeah, that's it. That's the last path for my variant 6 that I have to upload. I appreciate you guys watching. Check out the playlist, it's got all the paths. And let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.